Okay, hello, Tom.
Good afternoon, Gennady. How are you and Mickey doing today?
We good. Mick is sleeping,
I
and
see.
we going to have a webinar explaining how easy people can create the content and how easy they can publish it and optimize it, even though optimization is very intimidating word.
Yes, it is. So this is for, I think, the newbies out there, right? The non-technical.
Well, it could be used for newbies and not only newbies. We will show some certain things that how you can optimize it, how you can create research for the content and publish it. Most important is the publishing,
Got it.
right?
So we got 5 steps, I understand, right? Five
Yeah,
steps from
that's all it.
idea to publish. Let's do it.
I believe this is all it takes for anyone to create the content.
Right. To get people to come and read what they wrote.
Yes. So today webinar is about how to create a blog post in the 5 simple steps for non-techies. A lot of people try to avoid complexity.
Right.
Tell me how WordPress complex is for you.
I don't use it. That's how complex it is.
There are some ways around it. There are some other software like Ghost is a
Right.
lot more simple. Wix is a lot more simple. The Squarespace a lot more simple. However, there's a known fact that 70% of people having blogs on websites anywhere in the world are written and maintained in the WordPress.
Right. Well, fortunately for people who use Blogley, the complexity is gone. So I may have to rethink my not using WordPress.
As far as the content concerned, you can manage complete content totally outside of the WordPress, and the research part, the formatting part, the management of the pieces, managing all your files, the optimization part, all everything is outside of the WordPress. You can do everything in Blogley.
So what do we need to get started? Ah, look, you already did that.
See, I anticipated your next question. So yes, what do we need to get started? What anybody needs to get started to create the content and create some place where they can express themselves, where they can put their knowledge out there. So let the people share with the people and make people come back and read more from you.
Right. So
So
you got to
what?
have an idea of what you want to write about.
Yeah, of course, the number one,
Or a
of course, you
topic.
have
Yeah.
an idea or topic or some category or your niche, right? So you
Right.
try to write in something that you are expert in this field. So if you're not the expert, become an expert. You can be an expert if you put your time, if you dedicate your, put your efforts, you can become an expert in any field. So it's just a matter of time and work. So next, you pick up the idea, your topic or your niche. We can say slash niche. And then,
Right.
of course, you need a place where you can publish. What that would be. WordPress or any other blogging platform like Squarespace, like Wix, like Ghost, like Medium. Medium is really good.
Cool. So you need a place to publish, and to
And you
make it
need Blogley.
easiest, you need Blogley.
Yeah. So let's demonstrate how Blogley can help to write, right?
Absolutely. And it does. People will, this is trying to help people use it right out of the box. So,
Yeah. Okay. What would be the steps? Let's say for me, those are any content that I create comes down to 5 simple steps. Of course, research part,
right.
your outlining, even though it seems like it's just a little simple thing, that's your outlining, right? Your outline, that's so much important that you put your outline first and you create what you're going to do first. Um, then, of course, there comes a writing part, writing, editing, enhancing. This part is important as well. We'll show how the Blogley can help to manage all these pieces together in one place.
By enhancing, we're talking about here, putting in charts and graphs and pictures and, all the stuff to add some interest. So you're not just looking at text. It's
Yeah.
not, it's not just War and Peace. I don't think
Yeah.
that had any pictures, did it?
I think they had a couple.
Oh, okay.
Not too many. Not too many. Next would be the SEO optimization, such an important part. But that's like, what's the reason of putting so much work and writing the content and not optimizing it for a specific keyword? It's like you're doing all the work and then this work is kind of totally wasted and neglected. If you focus on the wrong thing, specific keywords, then you miss all the opportunity to bring the people in
Right.
who your readers, right?
So we're going to go at a high level on this one, though, because that is a very detailed subject, very technical. And for people who are new to it, relax. We'll show you an easy way to get started.
Yeah, yeah.
You can
And by
grow
the
into
way,
it later.
on SEO optimization, all it takes for me, like when I take the article, any article you give me, and the keyword, I can optimize. It takes me about 4 or 5 minutes. Optimize any size of the article
Cool.
in for the one specific keyword. And by the way, how many keywords you using when you write an article? How many keywords you are focusing on? You cannot focus on 20 keywords at the same time. You're focusing on one or maybe two keywords. Okay, top maybe three, but no
Right.
more than that. So basically, you're looking at the pretty much. I usually do focus on one. Sometimes I have a backup. I have an extra keyword that I can focus on. Keyword is
In case
important.
you have a blowout or a flat on your other keyword, you've got one a spare, right?
Yeah, kind of like a spare tire.
That's it. Quick, get out, Mickey, and change the keyword.
Yeah, and the final part, say final step, and is as simple as it looks, but it is actually is as simple as 5-second publishing from Blogley. You create a after content is done, it's all written, editing, and enhanced with the images and looks cool. You optimized it, and then you just one-click publishing. So when you publish, it will appear on your blog post or blog place where you keep your blog. Whether it will be Ghost, will be Square or Squarespace, or will be a WordPress site, it does not matter. You publish all from Blogley. It's a one-click publishing is done. And the next thing, of course, you need to make sure then you push it over and instantly you can just simply push it and promote it to your Facebook or Twitter or in LinkedIn. Most likely those three are kind of a highest priority that you want to let world know that you have a content to read.
So let's dive in.
Yeah, let's dive in. Okay, let's go. So we are now in a Blogley space, right?
Right.
As simple as it looks, here is only one place. When you look at this here, this is the article place. If I click on the logo, let's click on the logo. You see right here is a very simplified navigation page for Blogley. What do you want to do? Of course, we want to write new article, right?
Correct.
Let's do that. Let's try. We give it a title. So let's create new article. We give a name. Say, what would you want to article to be?
Oh, I think let's do it's spring and people want to get out and get their fingers in the dirt. Let's call it take time to plan a better garden.
Oh, nice. Garden, right?
Yeah, there you go. Garden.
All right. Yeah. Name is good. So we don't have to specify folder. This is a content type blog post. The status is open. Just click OK. And now we are in the space of the article. So you can see we do have the two different parts here. So 1/3 of the place is taken by the outline. The number one tab here is outline.
Right.
And the right side, these are your tool. This is your working space. This is the article tab where your article will be residing. Next will be your tools for the other things. But we're not going into deep right now. We just simply want to create an article. This is not advanced a webinar. We just simple going by the simple 5 steps creating optimizing, and having a great, making a great content and publishing, right?
Right. So
So,
next, since we said the first step, you've got your idea. Now we need to do some research. Let's show our trusty viewers how easy that is,
okay.
because
So
I have to say the research is one of my favorite bits about Blogley.
okay. So do we want to do the research directly in the article itself, or we step out and create a research separately? We can do it either way. But to start the article here, let's start from the first block. First, we can just give a name. Let's name it as an introduction. It's a pretty much usual name for any article, right?
Right. So you want to get your hands dirty.
So this is my place where I say, okay, here's my editing editor where I can, it's like a writing app. I create the content. If I just simply save and get out of here, you could see my block is created. The same way I can do many, many more blocks, and the blocks will appear here. And the way you can enter them just by simply clicking here, you go directly into block. I'm talking about content block. Or you can just simply click on the plus space here and you go exactly into that block. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
it's
talking about
outlining tool.
Yes, this is an outline. We can show quickly how we can outline. But before we do that, we can go into assets here. So in the assets, we can find the research. This is the very first tab where we're going to do the research. So let's start with the research. I can create new and just give a title. Say title would be for research. Let's say it's a gardening, some kind of gardening.
Let's see. Gardening tips. We can just do that.
Let's say gardening tips and say content, right? Let's do it like this because this is just a research. So we don't have to write a description and just click OK. So now what will happen here? Now you're on a totally different level. You are exactly in research. So research looks similar, but it's a different purpose. It has the data management on the left and your research doc on the right. If I can get out of here, I can show after how we're gonna do how we're going to do the research for the top 100 SERP results. But for now, just want to show, if I want to go to assets, you can see now the research doc is right here. And now it's a link to the article itself. When you write, let's say when you create the content here inside this research doc, that will appear here and it helps you to write, right?
Cool.
Okay, so now let's take a look how the research being done very quickly. So because this is the purpose of this, it's a high level overview, right? So let's go now inside the research doc.
Yeah.
And let's create a SERP. So in the SERP, it's based on the country and language. Of course, for now, we just leave United States in English, and we just need to provide the SERP data. This one tells you that it's we need to be really more specific to be close to exactly to the topic you're going to write about. So in this case, what would you want to put here?
Well, let's put garden planning tips.
Okay. Oops.
Oh, I thought you were typing tulips in there.
Okay, when you click OK, so the system goes out, grabs the top 100 results links, and bring it next to you in this space right here.
So I wanted to make a point for the people who are watching here is that you've designed this so that you, in essence, get, well, you get the same exact results you get from a Google search, but you bring it in where you can work for it. Work with it, and you don't have to constantly bounce back and forth between your search results and where you're working.
And while it's getting there, see, it got the results right now, but while it's finishing up right now, you can see it's loading. So by clicking here and closing, I want to leave it for now like this, and I can show the different way how you can do the research, right?
Right.
So let's say we type, say, find gardening or whatever you do on the and a Google search, you can just find a certain URL that you want to also add it to your research, or take a snippet of the content. Let's say if this is the URL, so let's say if I want to go in and open it, I can use the extension. So extension is really good idea to take some information very quickly to the article you're writing about and link it instantly. So for that, we're using a research, the extension. An extension right here is, you can see right now this extension. So let me find now the article. So if I find, we said something about garden, right?
Right.
So let me just find it, garden. So we're gonna find the article. So right here, take time to plan and better garden, right? So that's the one. We created the article. So let me just click on that, and clicking on start highlighting, I can just go ahead and take a snippets of the content I want from any page. So right now you can see this one, block showed up right here. It means it's just kind of waiting for me to finish. And let's say if I like this content, I can just highlight it like this. And maybe I like this piece of content, and I just add it like this, and I can click done. It will take these snippets of content here, and once I click save, it saves it there as a note. Now, if I take different, let's say I'm taking a different one, and you could see how that works on another. Let's say I'm looking at this one, and I like to take a snippets here. I'm doing the same thing, and I'm already used this. It sticks to that same article. It just simply allows me, it remembers the last article, and just go ahead and click on the highlighting. It pops up, and now I say, okay, let me just take a little larger snippets, and I can just take it together with the images.
Oh wow, that's a nice greenhouse. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, you could see now I just took a snippet, and you could see it brought in even with the images and whatever I selected as a text together with it. It just simply brought in here and created the note. So now this note is being saved, and it linked to the same article. So I don't need to search for it, and I can reuse it in my writing.
Let's bounce back to the article here, because we've kind of hit people with a lot of the research.
Yeah, now we are in research. So what it was doing, so basically we brought in top 100 results. They group by 10. They appear here on the left side, and just by clicking here on this triangle, you can expand it and you view all the content, because we parse the content inside this data. So let me hold on just a second. Let me just open it. So you could see now blocks that was used there. When I click on it, I open and I can see what was written there. The content is there. So when I click on this, I will just simply build the content I want just by simply clicking it, and I create my research document that I could use for my own writing. And I could do it from the different places. Let's say even if I like to capture some of the images, just by clicking on the image, we bring the image here with the link exactly where this image was taken from. Make sure I'm clicking
really
on
nice.
Save.
The other thing you can do is, if you're having trouble with an outline, you can click on the outline tab next to results and let Blogley suggest an outline. Isn't that correct? You want to do that? Oh, it's thinking.
Yes. Now, if I go to outline, I can see what the outline was used by people. You could see quite a bit of headers being used. So we can show right here what was outlined, and you can actually use this outline just by clicking on this. Let's say here's a watch your steps. If I want to create this as my outline, I can just simply click OK, and now you could see this block will be created on the right side. Now, let's say if I use this one, number 8, turn this into its place, and let's say I want to just edit it, change it to just simply like that, and I can say I want to include the content with that, and you could see I'm creating the block with the someone else content in the research doc. Also, we have questions, we have statistics. So all of this is easily can be used here just by simply building your research doc here. Let me go back now and show this is the research doc that we are just created. We only saved like 3 different blocks here. If I go into preview, you could see how this research doc look like, right?
Right. And, it just depends on your purpose. Some people create research documents as their final product. In the case today, it's, we're creating the research document to provide some food for thought, if you will,
Yeah.
to help stimulate your content.
Yeah. Now, I just want to remind you that why we went so deep into research, because research is important, right? There is nothing, you cannot create anything like brand new. I mean, you're not recreating the vehicle or the bicycle, right? You just simply today is somebody said that writing on a blog post today is just, you have to be a really good assembler. So you assemble the content from many other places that you can find, and
Right.
you just put in your own twist on this and just presenting it better, enhancing with more images or better explanation, and making sure this your assembly is better than someone else. And
Right.
but make sure that you don't use the content of someone else. You still have to rewrite it. You have to put your own way, your own sound, your own twist on this. You cannot
Right.
just simply copy somebody else.
No, that is strictly verboten.
Yeah.
Well, as a writer, I detest when people steal and reuse something.
It's
I mean,
clearly visible. Plus, it's also remember, you're doing all this work anyway, right? You're doing the work. You're writing it. Just let's say you just didn't change the content. You just use someone else's content or pieces of content in your content in your article. What will happen is Google will, at the best, they can just simply ignore your article. That means you're not gonna get any ranking. They're not gonna send you anybody. So that's at the best, but at the worst, they can actually block your site. So this is not a good outcome. So now you've done your research. Now you know exactly what you can write and what you want to write about. You have all the content snippets available from your competitors. Let's say when I open this research doc, you can see that's the content. We just simply, while we're talking, we just simply click and we build this content, right? But it's a research doc. It cannot be used for publishing or stealing and use it as your own. No, but you can safely rely on this when you read it. It's a lot easier to work like this and already prepare the content of your competitors next to you so you can write better content.
Well, why don't we show them an article where you've already written?
I'm going to pull some article like this one, complete guide for research docs and SEO heat maps, and you can see how research being done. So this is the way how I wrote the content, and I could use some of the research docs that I used here. You could see that what I was using, I may rely on some content I can use, but I generate my own content anyway.
Right.
So you could see how the research docs are being used. Notes, that's the one we talk about. Notes that I can find any notes that I saved. Remember, we took this note.
Yep, there's
just right now, right when we were talking, right? So you could see this, your notes. You can use the notes. You can use libraries, and all this stuff help you with the next step is enhancing. But before we go to enhancing and writing content, let's finish up on the outline. So let's go take a look how outline look like. Right, let's say I created my outline for, let's say for research docs here. So you could see how each block is independent, even though they are linked together into one article. Each block it's a drag and drop. I can move it like this, and I can move it anywhere I want. So each block is like kind of a pieces of the puzzle of one large piece of content.
Right.
Okay.
You can think of them as chapters. You could think of them, however it fits your style and visualization of how you're producing things. So
Yeah. Now let's talk about the writing, editing, and enhancing part. Let me show that what you can use here. When you go in each block of content, make sure you're using the help of other tools. Like when you click on it, you see the little green check mark shows up. It's
right.
right here is my Grammarly extension is directly building. It's not built, it's natively integrated. So I can quickly check my content here. I can go from block to block. You can see right here. Let's say when I want to enter now another one, so you can see mine is completely checked already for grammar. You can see right now here when it's comes up. Let's see, this one that shows me I better remove this all. So I just simply click and it's done, right? So you see how easy it is to work with the Grammarly, right?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like the tone of voice too. Sounds direct. Sounds joyful.
Now, the next step is enhancing, right? When you write, you want to not just simple boring block of text or block of bunch of blocks of text. So just make sure you can use the full reach extent of the Blogley offering. We have a libraries. Libraries you can use, of course, you can upload your own files. You can find them anywhere you want. You can use your own library. You can just provide the URL to your image or the document that you want. But also you can use Giphy. Giphy is such a funny thing that you can quickly, like this one, say, take a look. I can take any GIFs. I can write anything here. Let's say if I put here, say fun, and whatever comes up here, I just want to use it. If I want to use this GIF, I just click here and I want to make a fun out of it. And I just simply and add this here. So you could see now my GIF is already added. If I need to change the sizes, I can just click here. Let's say I set up, say 300 by 300. And you could see my GIF is now embedded into content, right?
Yeah, don't
Also,
let me see the cat, man.
also Pixabay and Pixabay images, Pixabay videos. So you could use this freely. So this is a free integration. So we make sure also you provide the credit to where this taken from. For example, now talking about gardening. So let's say I'm typing garden. Let's say if I write in something about garden, right?
Right.
So I just click on the garden. I find the image I want. Let's say I like this image and I can just add it here. And you can see how quickly and easily, let's say I'm going to the another block. I can just save this block, I go to the next one, and I can just simply add it to the content. Hold on just a second. So let's say I'm into this block. Now I can insert right here, and I just simply insert this image. Just copy to craft, and I'm done. So when I click save, now take a look how it look like. And when in the preview, this exactly will be published the way it looks in the preview. Take a look.
Yeah, that is really nice.
Remember this cat? Now, yeah, you see this? Remember this image?
Yeah, right there.
And you can see how right here, it just automatically bring creator is this person and the source Pixabay. If you click here, it leads you exactly to that image on the Pixabay. So we go on exactly by the rules. We're giving all the proper credits, which is exactly what you need to do. Okay.
It makes attribution and quoting and stuff so much easier. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Now, next step would be, so this is all about writing, editing, and enhancing. I think we covered this. So you can see how quickly you can write it, you can edit it and enhance it. SEO optimization is the next step. Let's say when you wrote, now it's a time for you to optimize. Let's go now into SEO. And in SEO, I need to optimize. This is the next tool that you could use for creating the content, not just a good, well-written content, but also content that
Right.
optimized for specific keywords. This is the place where you can put your SEO title. You can put your meta description. You can just select which website you're going to publish, and you set up your slug. You put your alternative text. Let's say my alternative text would be, say, SEO, but SEO kind of generic word. But let's
Right.
say SEO content heat map probably would be better keyword, right? But for now, just for the sake of just showing, you could see how it's being done. Now, this is the place where I can actually enter my keywords that I want to optimize. And when I add the keywords, I can just type it in here and add it, and it will appear right here. And then I can just simply scan it. You can see it's calculates exactly what the score. And to understand the score, you can go in the third tab. On the third tab, you can see blog SEO is being optimized by 79%. You can see how it lost. I could get like up to all the 100,
Right.
100 maximum points, but you can see now red check marks were missing. Let's say if I need to add the focus keyword into a featured image name, no problem. If I add this into a featured image name, I would just need to go back one step here and making sure that this featured image name being used this keyword. So for that, I just simply re-upload the image and change this name, and making sure I add the, say, blog SEO here as well. And when I go now scan it, you can see now even by adding there, it adds me extra points.
Nice.
You can see now what is left is just this one. If I can create external links as an anchor, and that's done, I could get very close to 100%. So this one is optimized for word blog SEO. Now, if it's not found, if it shows you red, go back to, let's say, if it's not bound body content, go back to your body content. You just go one step back, you in the content, and let's say now I want to add my blog SEO, and take a look. If I go here on the left side, here's the power of this. Watch this. Those are my keywords few keywords that I'm focusing on, and you can see this keyword is right here, is 87% score. Watch this. If I add it to the header, and now I can just save it and scan it again. Watch, now we got 90. And
Nice.
now see, another thing is, go to highlights, and you can see now everywhere the keywords that I have it here, they highlighted here. Blog SEO highlighted. Content research is right here. This is a keyword, and it's highlighted as well. So you can actually see where are your keywords, and you can see here is all the highlighted keywords that I'm using in my content optimization. I think it's clear enough, right?
Yep. And just for, for someone who's starting out, they can go, one thing that always puzzled me is your keyword. A keyword can be more than one word. It does, like blog SEO, SEO content research, those are considered keywords. And
Yes.
start with one, figure out what the keyword that you think people will search for, and use that in your article. So now you've optimized. And
now we optimized, we researched, we found all the information. We used this information to build outline. And then we created, by looking at your competitors, you created the better content, writing, editing, and enhancing with all the images and with additional other stuff. We have also the ability to import a table. So then you saw how the SEO, easily SEO optimization techniques, how it's being done in the Blogley. And then the next step, publishing. Now, publishing. That was the biggest reason why Blogley was created, because I didn't want to deal with all this clumsy, complex, cumbersome WordPress. When I go into WordPress and I try to publish, somebody says, oh, you just haven't, here's a Google Doc. You can just copy this content, you paste it, and you're done.
Right.
No such thing. You go there, you by the time you paste it and then you start cleaning all the formatting, inserting the links and managing and try to align everything looking good and making sure you put, and then not even talking optimizing, it's easy. 1-2 hours is gone, just gone. So
Might
now
take you
watch,
longer to put it on WordPress than it did to create it.
yeah, watch how easy is to publish any content from blog and republish it at any time. I go now back in the same, this content been published before, right? But watch,
Okay.
we just added the funny cat and one image and just updated, improved the optimization slightly, right? We just
Right.
simply improved it. Oh, look, this image was added, right? On the fly. Watch this. I'm going now and republish it again. I don't even need to open my WordPress. I'm just going ahead and just select this one was published before. That was published on the, say last time was published on the March 2nd from Blogley. So on the site Blogley. And now let me republish it again. Watch this. And I click just this button and we are done. Completed. So now let's go and verify that. Let me see. Here's my Blogley site. I want to see. I want to watch out for cat, right?
Yes. Look for the cat.
Now let's see for the cat. And by the way, that was about, yeah, that was this one about SEO heat maps, right?
Yes.
So that was published on March 2nd. So let me just refresh it again. We haven't changed the date. And that's the beauty of it. You really don't want to change the date on your previously published articles. So let's go inside and take a look. So I'm going into this blog post, right? Now let's take a look. We're going to scroll it down and let's see how it looks like.
Oh, I think I saw the cat. Oh, maybe not yet.
Not yet. Hold on. Let me just scroll it like this. And let's see if we find now cat. There you go.
There he is.
All right. Now, how about another image? Okay, let's see this one. Okay, here's another image that we published, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So you could see now that's a proper credits are given to creator. Since I really did it for the for demonstration purposes, let me remove it now and republish it. So let's go now back and let's remove this funny cat, even though it's a good-looking cat.
Oh, he's a good-looking cat. Yeah. Absolutely.
But I wanna now say update this cat. Let's say I'm removing it. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea to leave it, but for the sake of testing, let me remove it. So I just removed the cat, and also I will remove that bird, right? Yeah, right here.
Uh-oh, you cut out part of your article for the keyword. There you go. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me save it, go back and publish it again. By the way, republishing does not count. You can republish as many times as you want. So you could see now I clicked on this. I don't even need to go in WordPress at all. All right. So it's already published. Let's check here. Let me refresh it. So we removed just right now, we removed this cat.
The disco cat.
Cat and the bird out of the, yeah, right there. So it's not there anymore. So you could see this is the only content left. So you can hide, you can publish, and one more thing left. So going into publishing, after you're done publishing, the one more step is promotion. Here's a very fast way I can show how you can do the promotion directly from Blogley. After the content is published, you click on this, you say show social share. And on the social share, you can just select, here's my site and the URL where the content was published. I can just select it, click OK. And I already published it on Facebook. So let me publish it on Twitter right now. So if I gonna do on Twitter, and here's a Twitter comes up, and it's populates. It brings me this content here. If I want to add some other images or anything else, I can do that, but I can just publish it like this and can just say tweet if I want. Oh,
Wow.
and it's done. So this is, you don't even need to go anywhere. It's all within the app, and I'm done. So this one is tweeted now. And the same way you can do for LinkedIn, same way you can do for Facebook. So
wonderful. I mean, it is really a cool tool to steal the title of one of my favorite DIY programs.
So now what I can say now, people can watch this video, understand that the simplicity is there, and go ahead and sign up with Blogley, try it out. But I think we covered it all.
Yeah, it's I do highly recommend it. Having written on everything from a clay tablet to Blogley, this is the best.
All right, Tom. Thank you very much. And I think we're done for today, right?
We're good. Have a great evening.
Okay, you too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.